Hello, my witchy friends. Today I have something very special to show you, and I've left the cellophane wrapper on it because it makes such lovely crinkly noises. I have to say a very special thank you to my friends at Witchy Magazine for sending me not one, but 2 copies of the magazine to share with you all. They are big fans of ASMR, and anyone who loves ASMR is a friend of the channel, most certainly. So go and subscribe to their magazine if you're not already. So let me just take the cellophane off of the magazine before we start our little flip through. And here it is, freshly unearthed from its little cellophane blanket. I am in love with the color schemes of this issue. Oh my goodness. She's got like these really big sleeves that she's wearing, kind of like Stevie Nicks style. And it's sort of like a wrap top. I would definitely wear something like that. And some like big pants. And there's like rattan furniture in the background. And a coleus plant, which really looks pretty. I think it's a watermelon coleus plant. And we see here, it's Witchy Magazine. And it says that this one is called The Happiness Issue. Celebrate life, celebrate summer, astrology, practice, and lifestyle. So why don't we crack this open and take a little look at what's inside. Have to move our little candle over, and probably this one too, to make space. Okay, so here's the inside cover. It says, see page 26 for the daisy lollipop recipe. Look how beautiful this is. This is such a gorgeous image. And there's little, like, flower lollipops everywhere with little pearls. Really, really pretty. Okay, so smooth down the center here. So it starts with a letter from the team, and it says, welcome to the Happiness Issue, Summer 2022. This issue has been carefully curated with spells, rituals, and lifestyle elements that will center your focus on happiness. Get out and lay out on the grass and read it with a picnic, or cozy up inside your favorite spot and read it with a cup of tea. And here's the incredible team that makes mix of witchology, and there's a very lengthy table of contents, which makes me really excited. There's so much for us to look at. Okay, so first they have a very thorough astrology section here, which is amazing. It's called Summer Transits by Anthony Perrotta. And there's all sorts here. Mercury enters Leo at 8:34 a.m. ET. Each of these has all sorts of information on the astrological situation on certain dates. So that's really, really, really neat. I am impressed by how thorough this is. It's amazing. Look at this beautiful, like, pink moon on the little graphic on the side. Oh, and it continues. The pink moon is at the top as well. And there are all of these, like, little trees at the top, accenting it. So, wow, normally when you see like horoscope stuff in magazines, it's very like surface level and not very helpful. But this is what I'm talking about. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so they have an article on summer celebration bath rituals. And this is by Vanessa Goodwin. Let's see. It says, for many, summer is a time of celebration. The days are warm and our energy is high. We are open to receive happiness and abundance, but most remember to show gratitude and appreciation for the magic that we are blessed with in this life. The element of water is a great conductor of energy, magic, and manifestation. Being a tea witch, I love tea witches. I personally like to utilize water by creating small daily rituals with cups of tea. On the occasions that I feel like nurturing my entire body, I create a larger ritual and focus my energy on creating a magical bath. And so they've created this magical bath here. You can see there are little rose petals and flowers in the bath. It looks like there's crystals and candles, a pomegranate, and some fruits, watermelon, and tea. This is like my ideal bath. Like, I would not want to leave. Okay, so it says here's a bath ritual to celebrate the arrival of the sun. Its energy can be used to call in abundance and raise your vibration, while providing you with a moment to acknowledge all that you have achieved and to show your gratitude to the universe. So whether you wish to celebrate a victory, a moment of success, or simply honor and bathe in the joy of life, then try this decadent summer celebration bath ritual for yourself. So then here there's a list of elements: raspberries and mixed berries for joy and enlivening, orange essential oil, nutmeg, calendula, daisies and snapdragons, orange, peach, yellow roses, citrine, tangerine quartz, red calcite, and then there's just colors here: red, orange, and yellow. And she recommends beginning by cleaning your bath space first physically, which is always a good practice when you're having a bathing ritual. Like, start off with a clean space. You can use bells, you can use a bath caddy. Oh, and there's a recipe for adding like things into your bath to make it extra special. So 3 drops orange essential oil, a cup of raspberries. I want to add raspberries to my bath. That's really cool. Mixed berries, a brewed pot of calendula, and a handful of rose petals. Also add the following to your altar space. 1 each of a red, orange, and yellow wish candle anointed with orange oil and dressed with ground nutmeg and crystals and flowers. And so there's the focus on the summer fruits, which is really cool. And you have to pour yourself a drink of whatever makes you feel happy and celebratory. Take as long as you like to soak in your bath. That's always a good practice, I think. They have an advice column that's so amazing. I feel like there are not enough advice columns in magazines these days. Let's pick one. So this is Ask Madam Adam. It looks like you can go to their website, which I will link in the description, to submit your questions for each issue. Let's see. When I'm doing witchcraft, it doesn't feel like anything is happening. What am I doing wrong? And so Madam Adam has done a reading here. The Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. It seems that you might be manifesting things, material, tangible outcomes, instead of the emotional fulfillment, practical, and spiritual rewards the craft would have for you. The Queen of Pentacles suggests that you should be grateful for having the craft in your life at all. You are not entitled to any outcomes. If nothing is happening, it's because you don't truly believe, or you're manifesting things that you truly cannot control. The Eight of Cups inverted suggests that this is an escape for you, instead of the introspection that it should be. Something is being held back. The Six of Swords is also in the reverse, meaning that you're trapped in old ways, carrying baggage with you. The Queen of Wands in reverse reminds you not to be jealous of others, but to look inward at yourself. You need to be doing your own work on you before you do anything outward or for others. And they have Madam Adam. Like a neon font at the top. That's really good advice, honestly. Taking a step back, thinking about introspection in your practice. Okay, our next article, Co-creating with and honoring the world of the Fae. And this one is by Susan Ilka Tuttle. And it begins. Imagine you are meandering in the cool shade and glittery golden mottled sunlight of a forest. With each inhaled breath, you smell the fresh, clean scent of pine. A gentle breeze stirs the leaves and caresses your skin. You hear birds singing in the trees, the rustling and crunching of leaves, as wildlife creatures skitter about, and the soothing sound of a nearby babbling brook. All around you, the trees, plants, stones, water, and wildlife are vibrating with the magic that you can sense and feel with your whole being. The magical world of the Fae. I love this magazine because there's such a focus on history, on accuracy. It's the best. I highly recommend it. So there's some land spirit terminology and meaning here. There's exercise, a little bit about learning about your bioregion. I invite you to get to know your specific bioregion, where the land spirits unique to your area reside. Spend time regularly and repeatedly in your local environment, observing and interacting with the plants and trees, with the intention of understanding and revering their life force energies. It doesn't have to be in a forest, or it doesn't have to be in a landscape as grand as a forest. It can be in your backyard, a local green space, or even while spending time with your houseplants. It's lovely, lovely idea that you can commune with nature no matter where you are. And there's a bunch of different suggestions on ways you can work with the Fae, which is often work with individual land spirits as they practice their craft. As a green witch, I work with the energies of the magnificent plants as I ethically and reverently forage and co-create with them to make natural remedies that support health and well-being for myself and for my community. Before I harvest any wild plant, I ask permission from the spirit of that plant and explain how I will be working with it to create any medicinal preparations. It's, again, really good advice, and also be very careful with what plants you're harvesting and don't take all of the plant. Give it a chance to reproduce, create more life. A little bit about garden fae, inviting the fae into your magical practice, and a little bit on their own personal spiritual experiences with the fae. It says, I will admit to having my own personal positive experiences with the fae. These stories are not ones I ever share in casual conversation with others. But since I am with you, the reader, undoubtedly a witchy kin, as you are reading this Witchology magazine, I feel comfortable sharing my fae experiences with you. Perhaps you have had or will discover similar experiences on your personal path as a witch. And they share all sorts of personal experiences and an exercise for connecting spiritually with the land spirits of your bioregion. And lastly, specific ways to honor and care for the fae around you. So making offerings, building a fairy house, light work, all of that. Amazing. We also have a author spotlight here. So the author is Ella Harrison. Oh, and it's a Q&A. So it says here, can you tell us a bit about yourself? My name is Ella. I'm 25 this November. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. And I was born in New Zealand, but raised in a German family. It says, my mom and my Oma introduced me to tarot, pendulums, crystals, and spirit work. And I've heard about this book. It looks incredible. The Book of Spells, 150 Magical Ways to Achieve Your Heart's Desire. I'll have to pick up a copy. Looks beautiful. And ask them about the favorite part of the book, specific places and experiences. Wow. Okay, so we have a featured band section. I have not heard of this band. It's called Delaraine. Featured band. And wow, look at the beautiful outfits that they're all wearing. You can kind of, it's hard to see because it's in the center of the fold, but there's also a feminine form here in a gorgeous red dress. And they're all carrying like staffs and things. Here they are. Wow, I'm I'm going to have to listen. Okay, so how did Deloraine get started? It asks. Deloraine was formed when we recorded Priscilla's song from The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, translated in Czech. The Czech cover and the music video had a big success, and we decided to form a band that will create the songs, telling fascinating, mysterious stories inspired by different fantasy worlds, myths, legends, old gods, and creatures living in dark forests. It's interesting their music is described as pagan fantasy folk. Wow. I want my music to be considered as pagan fantasy folk. Just a couple other questions. What a beautiful dress, though. I want to wear that. And this floral hat is gorgeous. Ooh. Okay, we have a Coven market here. I love that they feature some products. So the first thing is unicorn decaf black tea from Coley Tea. And it's got like a bunch of different colors in it. And it says, enjoy summer with a cup of unicorn decaf black tea with organic rose petals, mallow blossoms, strawberry pieces, and natural strawberry flavor for a deliciously fruity sweet treat. It can be served with or without milk and is 99% caffeine free. There's also hand-painted press-on gel nail kits. Ookie bookie glow-in-the-dark press-ons. Perfect for Tim Burton fans. There's a third eye tarot cloth here from Lily Strider, it says. I love using tarot cloth. Some of my backdrops are tarot cloth, as you might notice. Used as a backdrop for daily tarot readings. An enchanted necklace from The Secret Crystal Witch. And it comes in silver or gold. A crying moon enamel pin and vintage washi stickers from House of Gaunt. There's these two here. Very nice. Magic wands and themes from Gwydion. Handcrafted wooden magic wands. And they're carved by hand in an open air workshop and charcoaled by raging fire on an antique fire pit. Wow. This creates fabulous contours and textures with the scent of fire. Okay. And there's a Devil Tarot Tea from 5 Point Press. Soft feel with no tag at the neck for extra comfort. It's really beautiful. Okay. We have a community spotlight. Austin Fuller. Okay, so it says, my name is Austin Fuller. I practice folkloric witchcraft and live in Florida. I'm a perfumer, artist, and craftsperson, making formulas and material for witchcraft, as well as a co-host of Southern Bramble, a podcast of Crooked Ways. Cool. So they feature like all sorts of different people in the community. And here's the dandelion and daisy lollipops recipe, which is very cool. Sun-kissed, flower-infused lollipops charged by the rays of the sun and heated with the warmth of the summer solstice. It says you need a sugar thermometer, a heavy bottom pan, a spatula, lollipop sticks, and a silicone mold. And your ingredients are 2 cups of organic castor sugar, 1 cup filtered solar water or chamomile tea, half a cup corn syrup, 1 teaspoon rose water, 1 teaspoon orange blossom water, 2 drops food safe essential oil and lemon or orange, coconut oil for greasing, fresh dandelions and daisies. And then there's the whole 13-step process of how to make these. I've never made lollipops before, but I would love to. I can't emphasize enough how gorgeous the layout of the articles is. Like, it just has that dark, like, woodsy, folkloric feel and aesthetic. There's an article here by Tess Wood on healing herbs for happiness. So they're a active herbalist, and they talk a lot about herbalism, and it looks like there's a bit about lavender as the jack of all trades for mental and physical well-being, lemon balm for anxiety and stress. It coats the stomach. There's a lot of folklore. I love lemon balm for sleep, and it looks like they talk about that quite a bit. Calendula, which is associated with the sun, and it helps with skin issues. You can cook with it, and yeah, there's all sorts of different things here. But this is such a beautiful picture with this jar spilled over with some dried flowers in it. If you like dried flowers, you should watch my Witchy Florist shop video, which came out last week. I'll put a link to the video in the description, or you can just go to my channel page and find it. Okay, so here they have a featured book section, which is wonderful. I wish there were more ways to get like witchy book recommendations. So they recommend The Modern Witch's Guide to Natural Magic by Danae Stewart. And this is a magical handbook for working with the cycles of nature through accessible recipes, rituals, and herbalism. There's a Tea Witch's Grimoire, Magical Recipes for Your Tea Time by S.M. Harlow. There's Green Witch Magic by Susan Ilka Tuttle, who is the author of this piece, which is kind of cool. There's the Book of Spells by Ella Harrison, who was the author that was featured in this piece. And there's To the Moon and Sun, a guided grimoire by Christy Beauchamp. So a couple suggestions here that I'm definitely gonna have to check out. Okay, so there's an article by Ella Harrison who wrote this book here, and is as a interview, and it's The Folklore of Flora at Midsummer. And again, this is a huge part of why I love Witchology magazine, because they do like a lot of historical pieces that are accurate and like fact-checked and fantastic in every way. So, talks a little bit about how midsummer was a significant time for farmers and was associated with fertility. And there's a conversation about A Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare, flowers for their symbolic significance of femininity and fertility. Daisies stand for success in love. Poppies symbolize fertility. Cornflowers invoke beauty. Red clovers are associated with loyalty and family values. Chamomile ensures good health. Okay. Oh, there's a section on witchcraft cocktails. Summer Rose, a positivity potion by Julia Elena Hadas. And it says, sip up some summer positivity and celebrate the abundance of the season with this feel-good, floral, fruity potion of rose, elder, orange, and your choice of berry. So there's a recipe down here. You need 4 small raspberries or 1 strawberry, or half of both, half an ounce of rose simple syrup, 1/8 of a teaspoon cardamom, 1.5 ounces fresh lemon juice, half an ounce fresh orange juice, half an ounce elderflower liqueur, and 1.5 ounces of tequila. And you can make a non-alcoholic version, of course. And you can also make your own simple syrup in a cocktail shaker. And it looks like it's for energy, happiness, love. And it looks like it's for energy, happiness, love, and luck. Okay. Oh, and they have a featured oracle deck. That's so cool. I always want a sneak peek of what it looks like inside various oracle decks, and this is really neat. So this one is called the Glowwood article, and it says, Glowwood is deeply rooted in forest ecology. I like to say that I did not come up with Glowwood, only passed on some of the messages we can all hear in nature. Glowwood is a non-hierarchical system of 78 forest beings, plants, insects, fungi, minerals that interweave to form readable landscapes. Wow, and it comes with a companion book of poetry and prose texts, which is probably what this is, but look how beautiful that deck of cards is. So pretty. And here's an invocation of the sun by Sarah Justice. And it's got all sorts of incantations, forming a circle with salt, as well as herbs or plants, calendula, daisy, sunflower, dickseed, strawflower, broomcorn, bee balm, and goldenrod are all great choices for correspondences. And there's a bunch of different incantations and manifestation, whispers and chants. And they've accompanied this article with the sun-soaked picture of a wheat field. And there's all sorts of bath things, which is really neat. It says Aunt Carla's Happy Hoodoo Bath Formula. You'll need a small bouquet of pink, yellow, red, and orange roses, orange slices, calendula petals, basil, rosemary, Florida water, pink Himalayan salt, orange or yellow chime candle and candle holder, incense for cleansing, a spray bottle, and a flower vase. And there's 7 steps steps in the process, and it says that you can even do this in a bath or without a bathtub. You can do it in a shower. And there's a bunch of affirmations and things that you can incorporate into the ritual. And then right next to it is a witchy wedding inspiration article. I love this rug. It's so beautiful, and the way that they've draped this curtain over top of this apparatus. This is very witchy. There's all sorts of ideas for how you can infuse your wedding with magic and intention. You can pick a wedding date with personal astrological or numerological significance. Choose to have a wedding ceremony outside in a sacred spot in nature. Take a ritual bath before you dress. Anoint yourself or each other with essential oils, blends, or perfumes. Do a meditation before your ceremony to connect with the divine. Cleanse negative energy using smoke, incense, or sound. And there's even more. There's hand fasting, which I know because it is a pagan wedding tradition. It allows couples to commit themselves in an ancient ritual by having their hands tied together with a braided rope. You can also tie the knot, tie a fisherman's knot with your partner. Make an offering of bread, wine, mead, or other favorable item to your patron deity or deities. You can plant a tree. You can have a tree planting ceremony to symbolize new beginnings and growth. You can have a fire ritual. Which is a pagan tradition that calls for couples to jump over a fire, and the fire cleanses the couple of negative energy to start their marriage. And there's a conversation about elopements versus regular weddings. And see, here's tying the knot, or actually I think this is hand fasting. But these are all really beautiful. I'd love to attend a wedding that incorporated those elements. Okay, we've got an article on oak trees. So Oak, King of the Forest by Katie Mack. And it says Katie is a professional gardener and green witch from Yorkshire. Her interests include mycology, ethnobotany, and using astrology to guide her growing. And this is amazing. There's just so much here. I'm definitely going to fully read this article in the bath. Because it's rare that you see a deep dive into the history of a tree, with that focus on folklore. There's so much on druids and weather and ecology and botany. It's pure magic. Houseplant magic, the medicine and magic of spider plants. I have a spider plant on my balcony right now. And I've had it for 3 years, and it survived so much. And it's still thriving. And there's some information about it. It's very popular, it's easy to care for, that's very true. And, they're edible. Something that goes unknown by many spider plant owners is that they are edible. The leaves, particularly young ones, can be eaten as a green, but they tend to be quite fibrous. The root is the part that is most often eaten, though, and they taste somewhat nutty. I had no idea about this. The roots, as they are used in herbal medicine, are usually prepared as an aphrodisiac. That's amazing. It says they're powerful allies during cleansing, banishment, and protection work, especially for the household in which they grow. The root and the pups can be dried and powdered, then added to perimeter powders that can be sprinkled around your home and property. I had no idea. There's an article here called Flourishing with Floromancy, How to Use Flowers for Divination by Lizzie Burgess. And there's this gorgeous strip of color photo at the top with wild flowers. Floromancy is kind of magical. I mean, it is magic, but it's extra magical because you're really connecting with flowers and using them as a form of divination. And we also have a featured shop here, The Mystical Crow. And it's a little shop, magical powerhouse of a shop, it says here, that sells all sorts of different wares. And I love these pictures. They're so beautiful. Oh, and it's a multi-page spread. Look at these candles. Oh, those are so gorgeous. And it looks like they make mugs and teapots. Oh, I want this mug. That is the most beautiful mug I think I've ever seen. Wow. I'm gonna have to go find their page. Let's see. Yeah, The Mystical Crow. And this like kit of different little vials. I'd love to do a video where I like open up a chest of little vials and we like go through all of them together. And wow, there are so many useful rituals and recipes in this magazine. I always forget. It's been quite a while since I've gotten the magazine, so I swear there are more than there used to be. So there's lots of different things. This is a tea ritual feast for summer solstice. Lots of flowers. It's kind of like high tea, but for like ritualistic purposes. I love how much they feature artists. This one is Spirits and Beings. Lovely hat. It's so important, especially with like witchcraft and like witchy creators. There are so many of them. And featuring them is wonderful. Like, look how beautiful this is. So gorgeous. The little mushrooms sprouting all over the place. And this gorgeous little bunny. All sorts of art here. Okay. Wow, is this such a bright and beautiful page? So a lot of calendula, because this is a summer issue, of course. The calendula and chamomile infused oil. And it's really quite simple. You really just need oil, a jar, chamomile flowers, calendula petals, baking tray, parchment paper, cheesecloth, a strainer, and labels. This looks so pretty. Oh, and that's our last page of the magazine, which I think has the same image as on the very back. Well, that was just wonderful. I really, really enjoyed flipping through the magazine with all of you. I hope that by now you are sleeping or at least very close to sleeping. But thank you all for being here with me. Thank you again to Witchology Magazine for sharing your beautiful, beautiful publication with me. I am so grateful. And I hope that you have a restful